Welcome, my little critters, to Tales from the Crypt Season 2, The Level Up. We're an actual play podcast with an ever-changing cast of players making our way through a bunch of different RPG systems, from micro RPGs to some of the more well-known role-playing games out there, and the occasional highly narrative tabletop game. Content warnings can be found in the episode's description. My name is Riley Groves, and I am the Crypt Keeper on this episode of Tales from the Crypt. Last time on Vault 69, our lovable band of raiders awoke from a nice nap and immediately ran into a whole lot of nasty bugs. Thanks to some quick thinking by Julia Roberts and some well-placed sugar, the gang makes quick work of the pesky pests. Later that day, they come across a very pleasant black market where they continue to gear up, getting ready to raid Vault 69 in just a few short days. Welcome back to Tales from the Crypt. I'm your host. Are you?
You want to try that one again?
Questionable. No, we're going to roll with it. We've got questions all day. And I'm joined by my co-hosts, Mikey.
Hi.
Tim.
Hello.
Derek.
Hello.
And Rebecca.
Hey.
We're going to switch some things up and answer a question from the Ultimate RPG Campfire card deck by James D'Amato to learn a little bit more about our characters instead of ourselves like we normally would from our pod deck interview deck. The question for today relies on you answering a question about your past or your character's past. How did you learn your most valuable skill?
Well, that's easy for Marvin. It was programmed. Also, but I don't know. Marvin's become sentient, so.
What do you feel is Marvin's most valuable skill?
Border Patrol.
Looking around.
With the three eyes, yeah, probably. Marvin's favorite skill would probably have to be swinging a baseball bat and looking really cool with a formal hat.
Okay.
I guess survival. Survival is his most prized skill that he's learned from his times in the Wasteland.
All right.
And going insane.
I was kind of going to go with a similar vein. After the rude awakening of realizing what was happening in the vault, it was an independent survival that really took over and has become a valuable skill.
Awesome. Julia?
My most valuable skill is probably endurance. And what's the other part? How I got there?
How did you learn it?
Oh, I'm a ghoul, so I just kind of have it since I became a ghoul.
You just kept running.
Yeah, I just can run forever.
Okay. Old Tallman.
I feel like it's kind of a hard question for him because his two highest skills, strength and endurance, would have been from the forced evolution virus. But he has abnormally high perception, charisma, and intelligence for a super mutant. But I feel like he established that because of how old he really is. He's from pre-war. He's
So
from
self-taught.
Yeah, it just learned and earned over the years, I guess, and a little bit of scientific experimentation.
Fuck yeah. All right. Cool. Well, that was fun. Let's get back into the game here. And we're picking up outside of the Super Duper Mart where you all made camp for the night. And it is, I believe, the beginning of day 4.
Yes. It is June 23rd. I wrote the dates down. And I've been crossing them off as we go.
Okay, awesome.
We're still at the super duper mart as far as the...
Still in section 2, yeah.
Okay.
Nothing really transpired throughout the night, so you're clear to do whatever it is that you wish to do. The world is your oyster. The sun rises, and it's actually a very pretty morning as far as things go.
Well, we have had another successful day of staying alive. And as far as my experience on the surface is concerned, that is a wonderful thing.
Well, yep. It's always good to make another day.
Perimeter secure.
Thanks, Marv.
Yes, Marvin, we know. Thank you. So where should we head now?
Would we like to acquire the large gun that we have heard rumored in the abandoned Tezla laboratory?
Well, that does sound pretty tempting. I'm ready to go over there.
I know we have just acquired larger firearms, or more, I should say, but I think bigger would always be a plus.
Bigger's always better.
That's what they say.
You always need a big gun.
I agree. Well, let's get trekking.
Robot,
Yes, old tall man.
let's go.
I will lead the way. He just starts floating in a random direction.
Well, we're going this way.
This
You're
way.
going east. We're going west.
West it is.
All right, you guys head west towards section 1, the abandoned Tezla lab. All right, takes about half the day before you guys get there, and it's set pretty much in the desert. You know, the desert fucking wasteland. You can see the lab far off. Mr. Handy, since you are leading the way, why don't you make me we'll call it perception and survival roll.
All right.
Difficulty is going to be a 2, so I will need 2 successes. So remember, you're going to roll 2d20 and try to come in under your perception plus survival score.
17. So that is not under perception.
So you're going to roll 2 dice. That's the fucking hit location
That's
dice.
the wrong dice.
One with numbers,
And
preferably.
a 14.
Okay, so that's 2 failures.
2 failures.
Cool. Don't forget, you do have things such as luck points, and you do have action points. You guys are going to start with a pool of 4 out of 6, which you can use to increase your knowing things. Okay, so everybody else, you guys can increase your scores, or increase the number of dice you roll. Everybody else can give me also a perception and survival roll. We'll do a group check, not you, Marvin. But I'm going to need 4 successes from the entire group. So
I got a nat 20 and a 14.
okay, very bad.
I need those dice. Thank you.
Perception plus survival.
Yep.
Oh, I add the 2. That didn't change anything. Never mind.
I don't even have survival listed.
It's under your skills. Most of the way down.
Oh.
You have it tagged even. So if you get a 2 or lower, it's critical.
I got a 6 and a 19. And perception is 6 plus survival is 2. I need help.
8,
Okay.
and you roll under an 8.
I did roll 1 under an 8.
Okay.
My perception is 6, and my survival is 3, and I rolled a 4 and a 6.
Okay, either of those tagged,
Survival is tagged.
but it's not. It's a 3, right?
It's a 3, yeah.
Okay, so you got 2 successes. You got 1 success, and Augusta, you got no successes.
Nothing. Very bad rolls.
That's all right. So we're just going to move forward.
This way.
And you continue on towards the lab, and you can see it. It's actually a pretty well, not maintained building, but it's still standing. Like structurally, it seems pretty decent as compared to everything else that's been leveled and destroyed around here. It's a giant concrete building. The windows are all boarded up. However, you can see as you approach that the door has recently been opened and closed.
Old Tall Man would like to see if there's been any other movement around the outside of the building. If there's any footprints or tracks or...
That is kind of what we just went for. And that's what I would give you. So that's as it's a desert, it's hard to actually see individual tracks. I will say that there's definitely, you can see that there's been movement, but you can't tell what kind of movement.
Okay.
It does seem like there has been someone here recently. We should be careful. The idea of it being abandoned led me to believe that it might have been safe, but I have little alarm bells in the back of my head. Speaking of alarms, Marvin, do you sense anything happening with this door here? Or any sort of alarm system or anything?
It looks as though it's been opened recently.
Perfect. Always on top of it, Marvin. Thank you. I think that we should be very cautious with entering. Perhaps we do a quick walk around and see if there's another point of entry that looks less utilized.
Maybe a side door.
Sounds
You mean check the perimeter?
Yes, Marvin. If you'd like to check the perimeter, you feel free.
He goes floating around. Perimeter secure.
Thanks, Marvin. Did you find anything else on the secure perimeter?
All right, Marvin, give me another perception and survival check. Difficulty of 2. Don't forget, you can use action points to roll more dice.
So I rolled a 19 and a 3. What would we be looking at?
Perception and survival.
Survival of a 2.
So you need to roll under an 8.
So you got 1.
I got 1.
1 success.
I'd like to re-roll that 19. I'll use an action point.
Okay.
A 10, so no, it didn't do anything.
Okay. Great. Yeah, you don't see shit out of the ordinary. Just floating around, seeing the sun, seeing the sand, seeing the building all boarded up.
I don't see any other points of entry.
Well, I'm ready to just stealth right in here.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea if you two go in first, and I'll hang back a little bit.
All right, I'll head in first.
I'm right behind you.
I think he meant Augusta and me, but you're a little loud sometimes.
I am.
Crashing and clanging into things.
All right, let's head on in.
Okay.
Stealthily.
You guys stealthily move into the building, and it's a rather large building. The bottom floor is mostly a lobby. You see some old desks that have been turned over, some pre-collapse technology, some old computers, shit like that. Everything's got a pretty solid layer of dust. As you're moving through, you do see not footprints of people, but definitely you guys would recognize rad roach prints kind of all over all of the desks and stuff. So everybody not everybody, you two give me a agility and sneak roll. Just a success of 1 for each of you.
I had to get under an 8. I got a 15 and a 2. My sneak is tagged at 3, so because I got below 3, I did get a crit.
You did get a crit. Awesome.
I had to get under a 7, and I got a 3 and a 13.
3 and a 13. Anything tagged?
No.
All right. Awesome. So go ahead and take 1 action point back because you guys did crit and you went over the necessary number of successes that you needed to be successful, obviously, at sneaking. And so as you guys are in here, the two of you looking around, knowing that there's rad roaches or have been, can see that there are at least 5 rad roaches on this floor. There's a staircase across the lobby, and that's about all that's in the lobby.
Do you think that we should just regroup real quick, bring the rest in, and try to make it to that stairwell as a group quietly, or continue on and report back after we have found something?
I think it'd be worth it to fill the group in on what we found. I mean, it's not really anything we found yet, but I don't really want to fight all them rad roaches by ourselves.
I don't really like the large bugs. It seems they're much tougher than we ever think they are. Yeah, let's kind of bolster our ranks here.
Old tall man would be standing right outside the door.
So are you holding the door open or are you just outside it?
Okay. I'm outside trying to listen, to see if they need anything or if they're being quiet. You know, I'm going to let them move
Right on.
forward before I start poking my head in.
Yeah, and I think Marvin's finally made his way all the way around. And
Back to Old Tallman. So you're trying to listen. However, the consequence of an earlier rolled critical failure by one of the characters who is now inside, you hear in the distance something much larger and more menacing that distracts you from trying to listen to what's going on inside. You hear it's still off in the distance, but a loud shrieking roar coming from somewhere relatively nearby.
And can I see Marvin?
Marvin's made his way back to you, and Marvin, you would definitely be able to sense this as well.
Marvin, do you know what that is?
Give me an intelligence and survival roll, Marvin.
that is a 1.
You can always roll.
That is
Always
a
roll
7.
2 dice.
That's a 7.
Always roll 2 dice.
And a 15. I'm going to spend an action point on 1.
Didn't you have to roll a 9 or lower? Your intelligence is a 7. Your survival is a 2.
True.
So that's a 9. You rolled a 7.
Okay, so I passed on survival.
Okay. Yeah. You
passed.
You passed the test. Marvin, you would know, even though you may not have ever heard it yourself. You search your archived data to know that this is definitely a death claw.
What is it?
I don't want it to be what I think it is, but I think it is what I don't want it to be. Are you familiar with the death claw?
I grab Marvin and we walk in and I pull him into the building.
Damn, you are very strong. If you just, I guess like he's floating.
He's
so.
floating, so
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Ooh, holding hands.
So as the two of you, Julia,
It's a soft G.
Gulia and Augusta, as the two of you are making your way back out the door, Old Tallman and Marvin make their way into the door.
Oh, hey guys, we were just. I mean,
Quiet.
we were just coming to find you. What's you seem in a rush. What's happening out there?
we live here now.
Oh,
Outside is no longer safe.
well, we have 5 roommates in our new abode, and they are all those rad roaches we had to fight at the Red Rocket station. So if we are very careful, maybe we can make our way. We found a stairwell at the back of that hallway. Maybe we can get an advantage visually on. What did you say was outside?
Deathclaw.
Is the claw attached to something?
A lot of monster.
Oh.
Yeah, let's just head up them stairs and worry about what's in here. And maybe not what's out there just yet.
Does she not know what they are?
I have no idea what is.
The death claw is about a 15-foot tall hybridization of a chameleon and primordial irradiated fury that has got large talonous death claws for hands.
A giant camouflaging monster. Yeah, let us.
It is unknown whether or not they can camouflage because they are an apex predator and don't necessarily need to.
All right, let's get some sort of barrier on this front door here, just to make sure we don't have a 15-foot armed guest inside here with us. I'd rather take my chances with the roaches.
Yes, we've got much better odds in here. Shall we go up these stairs once you patch that door up?
With any luck, there's a giant gun in here that can destroy death claws.
That we could shoot from the rooftop and maybe not have to get near it.
Old Tall Man is going to pull his sledgehammer and keep an eye on the rad roaches while they board up the windows and door.
Are you going to try to board it up sneakily?
I mean, I'm really thinking more than like something in front. Oh my god. Mike just showed me a picture of the death claw. That is not what I was picturing. That's more of a demon than a chameleon. I'm going to check if I can get the lock to work manually, because I feel if it's unlocked and there is a very obvious, like, oh, there's something on the other side, there would be the idea that something is in here. I don't know how intelligent this thing is, so I don't want to give it the advantage of knowing we're here. So if I can get the locks to work, then I think it seems like more of a, oh, this building has already been locked up or something.
Yeah, I like that. Give me an intelligence and science roll. Give me 2. I need 2 successes.
All right, I need to get below a 12, and I have science tagged at a 3.
All right, let's see it.
We got a 17 and a 13.
Okay, do you want to spend any action points to maybe try to...
100%. Yes,
Okay.
please.
So to roll 1 additional die is 1. To roll 2 additional die is 2 more action points.
Would old tall man, when he's looking around, would there be a bookshelf, a statue, like something very large?
I mean, there's
Heavy.
desks are the biggest thing because
Okay.
it is mostly a lobby down here, so you're not in one of the like more furnitured areas.
Nope, 16.
All right, you were unable to get the locks to re-engage.
Did you get the locks engaged?
I didn't. We'd better grab that desk over there. We're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Old tall man turns to push the desk up against the...
We should
Pick it
lift
up.
that desk because of the roaches. We don't want to get them too aware of us.
Marvin helps tall men move desks.
Okay, you guys give me strength and stealth rolls. I know it's an uncommon pairing, but we'll see what happens.
Making quiet muscles.
Try not to flex too loudly.
Can you flip an action point for me? I did not roll well.
Yeah, we'll need just 1 success from each of you.
Boy, we are burning through those.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it is.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
And a 4.
Nice. Hell
Nice.
yeah.
So that is, and you got 1 success?
I got 1 success.
Okay, so take 2 action points back, please. And you guys are able to seamlessly get this desk picked up and moved and placed in front of the door without the rad roaches, knowing that you're there.
Awesome. Augusta's going to start making their way down the hallway toward the stairs.
I'm already at the stairs, is what I'm deciding.
Okay, we'll say you're moving to the stairs. So to
Okay.
get past the rad roaches, everybody give me 1 more stealth and survival roll. Group test of 3.
Stealth survival.
Sorry, give me agility and
Okay.
sneak.
Oh, sneak.
Yeah.
Ooh. Old tall man failed miserably.
Agility and sneak on 1 dice.
2 dice.
2 failures here.
Remember, you roll 2 dice every time you roll, unless you want to roll more. You got a natural 1.
I got a 1.
So that's 2 successes for Mikey.
I got 1 success.
You got 1 success. That is a group of 3, which is exactly what the target was. So even though Augusta and Old Tallman, I think like one of you told a joke on your way out and like somebody snickered a little bit too hard or some shit like that. Like somebody stubbed their toe.
Tall man
walking past.
farted.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
Tallman
no. I was
farted.
gonna say Gus told a joke and tall man let out a kind of echoed.
And you guys are actually able to make it out and around the rad roaches and to the staircase. You get into the staircase. It is separated by a door, so you're able to get into the stairwell.
Up the stairs.
Marvin, would you mind leading and just making sure there's no crazy booby traps on the stairs here? I feel like you have a...
Absolutely.
Okay. There are 4 flights of, or there are 4 floors to the building, and the staircase goes all the way to the top.
I want to find the one that's labeled R&D. Wouldn't they have labels at each stairwell?
Skunk Works.
Second floor says offices. Third floor says animal lab, and the 4th floor says main lab.
I vote we skip the second one. I mean, the third one. We should not go to the animal labs.
No.
Being as there were technically 5 animals downstairs that could have come from the 3rd floor, and there may be more.
So the main lab then?
I would do the office floor first. Typically, labs are locked.
And offices have keys.
Oh, fair enough.
These are all good points. Yeah, okay. Let's see what we can uncover here in the office floor.
I lead the way with my trusty baseball bat at my side.
What do you do? Just walk me through it.
We're on the office floor. Just gonna go maybe check and see if there's like a corner office, like a boss's, like where a boss, like the biggest office. and see if there's anything in there worth investigating. Or if there's any terminals.
Which one has the best view?
If there's any working computers.
Can I have the dice, please? What's your defense, Marvin?
Health is 8. Defense 1.
Okay. As you go through the door of the second floor into the offices, you are rocked by an explosion. As a bottle cap mine goes off and deals 3 damage to your left leg.
I have no legs.
Yes, but you do on there. What would be considered your left leg?
Probably his left thruster.
Okay, so you have a damage reduction of anything for that, for physical?
2.
Okay, so you take 1 damage as that mine goes off. And now in front of you is a floor filled with offices. So, Mr. Handy, are you still going to go look for a corner office?
Yes.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
As soon as old tall man hears the bomb go off, he looks at the other two and goes, "Oh, robot's dead."
I'm sure it was not that bad. Marvin, are you all right over there?
I am okay. I found money. Came at me very fast.
I think when the bomb went off, I kind of leaned up against the door to the stairs so that if the rad roaches noticed, maybe they don't just come flying in.
Okay.
I'm going to continue searching. I'm more looking around like the walls just to see if like there's any old school like key boxes or anything like, those like lock boxes on walls that hold keys. To see if there's like anything like that I can find, or like if there's any I know a lot of places will just print out all the passwords and everything and just put the paper on the wall so everyone can see it.
Okay.
See if I find anything like that.
Right on. So is everybody just scavenging around these offices?
Yeah, old tall man's going to go up and start looking behind picture frames and opening desk drawers.
Okay, everybody give me an intelligence. I feel like we use intelligence in survival so often. I'd like to do something else, but
we're scavenging. So.
But we're scavenging. So everybody give me intelligence and survival.
Sweet.
No.
I have 2 failures, but I wasn't really looking that hard.
I have a critical success.
Okay, awesome.
I have 1 success.
If Derek crit, do I flip over a action point?
Yes, for him. So Augusta and Gulia, you guys don't find jack shit. For Marvin and Old Tallman, you do find a key stashed away in some obscure desk drawer. And with that, you find 25 energy ammo. Marvin, you find 100 caps laying in a pile.
How many caps did I find from the bottle cap mine, just picking them off the ground?
5.
Well, are we ready to go up to the labs?
Yeah, I think we should continue up. We should definitely check the hallway before we get too crazy on that door to make sure none of those roaches heard that explosion. Marvin, you're sure you're okay?
There's a little it's just like a exposed chunk of wire out of the thruster, but all in all, I'm okay.
Is there a spot where I can look out to see where the Deathclaw is?
Yeah, sure. There's some windows up here. Go ahead. You find one that's not been boarded up.
All right. So perception, survival.
Perception and survival, sure.
Ooh.
Is that a natural one?
It's a natural 1 and a 7, which
So
both of them are successes and one's a critical success.
Okay, so flip over your 6th action point. Old Tallman, while you're scouring, looking around the desert out through the window, not too far off from the lab, you see a kind of rocky outcropping buried into a hill, and you see the Deathclaw making its way back inside what essentially looks like a cave. It's about, maybe 400 yards away.
Which direction, just for continuity's sake?
We'll say north, so
Okay.
it's like north of the lab.
Got it. All right. Looks like we're in the clear from the Deathclaw, guys. It went back to its thing. We just don't go north of here.
I'll give you this too. You see, half buried in the sand, something very large and very shiny out near that rocky outcropping that it just went into.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I'm ready to go out that door.
Okay, you guys head back to the staircase, and you make your way up to the 3rd floor. You actively hear noise coming from that 3rd floor, like shit getting knocked over, ran through. There's definitely...
Third floor is the animal lab?
Yes.
Okay.
You move up, continue moving to the 4th floor.
Oh, I'm not going to the animal lab.
You move up, and that door is the only one that has a large lock on it, and the door is locked.
I don't tell anybody I found the key.
You fucking dick.
Well, it does seem that we're going to have to get through this. Marvin, do you have a lock pick, or what kind of a lock is this? Is this something we can just slam with like a sledgehammer?
I have some bobby pins.
Yeah, it's kind of like a regular lock. It doesn't seem like it could be unlocked with a key. You could attempt to attack it and knock it down. Nobody says you can't. At least give it a shot.
I do like the bobby pin idea. Marvin, is it within your capabilities to try forcing the lock on this?
Yes.
What? Yeah, you want to try to do that, buddy?
What would that be? Lockpick and luck? Agility?
I would think it would either
Dude, I
I think it would be
perception or luck.
intelligence, but
Lockpick says perception next to it, so.
okay, perception. Sure, perception and lockpicking.
I've got a 3 in lock picking, apparently. I just realized, so I'm going to give that a shot after.
So that was a 12 and a natural 1.
Heck yes.
Critical.
You unlock this door with the bobby pin.
Good job, Marvin. You certainly are the handiest.
I clang the robot on the back, making a big metal clanging sound.
Dong.
Dong. Good job. Use this next time. And I hand him the key.
I'm definitely going to...
I put the key in the lock and lock it.
and then throw it down the stairwell.
Feed it to the death claw.
Augusta's definitely going to draw her pistol at this point between the noises on the animal floor and this door being locked. Let's just, she doesn't want any surprises.
You see Marvin's arms kind of turns a little bit and orients himself a little to the other side, and the arm in front of him now is there's just like a light blue flame coming out of the tip of the flamer.
Okay, you guys head in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Stealthily.
Okay, who's peeking through the door?
I'll give it a go.
Augusta, give me an perception and a survival roll.
No. I mean, I
No.
did, but it did not work. Yeah, let's go ahead and use a luck point there.
A luck or an action point?
Oh, action point.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have my luck points.
That's right. We have luck points too.
Your luck points are just whatever your luck score is. So on the front, you have
Oh, okay, gotcha.
and so that your luck points will go down as you use them. Your score doesn't. They don't coincide. So don't worry about decreasing your luck.
What are situations that we would use a luck point for?
If you kind of want to just find something, you're like, man, I really could. Ghoulie used it last time to say, okay, I'm going to see if I can find like a
the
can of
sugar.
sugar or something
Gotcha.
like that. But it's pretty much like, I really need to and want this item or to do this thing. Can I burn a luck point?
Make
Gotcha.
a crazy shot or something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So did you?
Nope.
You still did not. Okay. Yeah, all seems good.
All right, all clear, guys. We should be able to head right in here.
Lead the way.
I already am.
Can I go in second with also a watchful eye?
Yeah, you want to look around too?
I do. What did you say? Perception and...
Survival.
Okay, that's an 8. Survival's tagged for me. I have 1 success.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see something floating around this lab. There's a lot of shelves and a lot of shit in here. A lot of things have been kind of broken, but also it's very clean up here, unlike the rest of the building has been almost. And out of the corner of your eye, you catch a glimpse of something that looks just like Marvin.
I'm going to tap Augusta on the shoulder and point to it so that she sees it too.
Yeah, Augusta nods their understanding of, acknowledgement. There's something over there.
I'm going to assume we know each other long enough that we have little hand signals for when we need to be really quiet. I'm going to hand signal like, should we send Marvin in?
Yeah, I think that wouldn't be the worst idea.
I think it'd be better than a bunch of people walking in. I'm also sign languaging that too. I'm not talking out loud.
I'm going to kind of duck behind something to try to remain unseen and motion to Marvin, like, same idea. Like, hey, there's something over there.
Okay, Marvin, are you coming in third?
I am.
With this new information, what does Marvin do?
I go over to the robot, the fellow robot.
On your way over, you definitely recognize that although it looks like a Mr. Handy, it is way beefier than you. And as soon as it sees you, it says, intruder alert, someone is here.
I am not an intruder.
You are an intruder. As you are intruding.
I am a fellow late model Mr. Handy. I am here to help and be of aid.
Can I try to sneak around and get behind it?
Yeah, sure. Give me an agility and sneak. You are no help to Colonel Gutsy.
Oh, you're Colonel Gutsy. You're the one we've been sent here to help.
We? Who's we?
There's other Mr. Handys elsewhere. There is a Deathclaw den, and we need a Colonel Gutsy to help destroy the Deathclaw.
All right, I'm going to give you a chance here with charisma and speech.
As Marvin was doing that, Augusta was just staring at him, just like kind of slowly nodding and like just like a little thumbs up, like, yes. Yeah, keep doing that.
Awesome. And Ghoulie Roberts, I see you successfully snuck behind the Colonel Gutsy.
I did. I don't really remember what the Grognak the Barbarian mag is, but it says I get a 1 successful melee attack. So I'm just going to wait it out, and if Marvin fails this charisma check, I'm going to attack it.
Don't you fucking dare.
Old tall man is waiting for this to go.
Are you still in the stairwell? Or?
I'm still behind the door waiting for, because I've listened to all
huge.
this.
Yeah, I'm huge.
And I'm waiting, knowing what a Mr. Gutsy is. I'm just waiting for it to destroy Marvin.
All right, Marvin, I'm going to need 2 successful rolls.
What'd you say, charisma and speech?
Yeah.
Speech is tagged. I got a 3 on that.
That is it. So I will need 2 successes.
Action point that one.
I mean, you still leave it. You don't re-roll it. So you still got a 20.
That's a 9. So that works.
So you got a 20 and a 9.
And spend an action point, and I got a 2.
Okay.
So
you got 2 successes and a critical failure.
And a critical success.
and a critical success.
Okay, so
I got 1 success, a critical success, and a critical failure.
Okay, take an action point back, and I will give you the 2 crits to cancel each other out, so he does not attack you on sight. Deathclaws, you will help me then. Let's go with the reinforcements right now. We must protect the lab.
You must lead the way. The reinforcements are right behind you.
I can see 360 degrees. There are no reinforcements behind me.
They will be as soon as we leave. Let's go.
Let us go. Lead the way, squire.
I am no squire. You must lead the way. And let's go now. And just after you out the door.
Do you follow him?
I follow him to the door and hopefully I'm gonna try, I want him to leave and start going down the stairs and Tall Man to come in and then we just shut and lock the door.
Well, Tallman, if you're going to stay hidden, I'm going to need some sort of sneak roll as he's coming through the door that you are on the other side of. So give me, you're huge.
Old Tall Man is going to do his best to hide behind the dead potted plant and the door as it opens.
Okay. Yeah, man, that sounds cool. Give me oh boy. What do you think? Intelligence? Now, you know what? Fuck it. Give me a luck and sneak.
My intelligence is higher than my luck.
Well, hiding behind the potted plant. That's luck right there. That's hoping that the computerized robot with the 360 vision does not see.
Oh, flip one of them.
I'm going with a different dice.
Yes, that's a success.
Okay, I'll give it to you. You know what? I'm going to make you burn a luck point, though, to find the potted plant.
That's fine.
Luckily, there was like a really lazy janitor here that replaced a lot of the plants with some like plastic ones, so we didn't have to do as much watering. And you get the biggest, most planty plant, fake plant. And Colonel Gutsy goes out the door, but he does turn, and he says, "Soldier, what is your name?"
My name is Mr. Handy.
Mr. Handy, let us go.
Right behind you. Let's go.
He begins to float down the stairs.
And I tug on.
As soon as he's out of sight, I'm going to slip into the door and slip into the room and shut the door.
Okay.
And lock it with a key.
And lock it with the key.
All right. All four of you are in the main lab.
Should we be concerned about reinforcements? 'Cause he seemed to know that they were there.
That was a lie I told him.
Okay, well, he's also alerting people that we're here, so somebody's got to be here, right?
I can't imagine there actually is something here. I think that's just old protocol kicking in. It sounds more like the automated response. I am, however, concerned. I'm sure you noticed as it floated by us, that is way beefier than it should be. And I'm a little... that door might not hold up much longer. We should probably just try to reinforce it as a precaution. It will be back. I'm sorry. It will be back. That's from this old movie we used to watch in the vault.
Well, all right then.
That's dead air.
Old tall man is going to start looking for stuff up here. Not necessarily to bar the door. He's more in a hurry than...
Yeah, I think we should more
Then
just be quick.
fortify, yeah.
I will look around also.
Give me a group scavenge check. So that'd be intelligence and survival.
I have 2 successes.
I have 1 success and a critical success.
Oh boy. All right. So you guys are up to...
I have a critical success and a failure.
Okay.
I have a critical success and a failure.
All right. Flip over all the action points.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's as if all four of you converge on the same desk at the same time after looking around, wondering why you couldn't find what you were looking for before. But sitting on a pedestal in the desk in the middle of the room is a Tezla rifle.
Holy shit.
Well, howdy.
Would you look at that?
This is an energy weapon. It does 5 damage. It does have the arcing feature, so it will hit multiple enemies that are near each other at once. Nice. It's got a fire rate of 2 and a medium distance. It is 2-handed, however, so keep that in mind.
Tall man hands his rifle to Gulia and then reaches for the Tesla cannon.
Not Tesla cannon.
Tesla rifle. Sorry.
They are 2 distinct things.
Yes.
I already have a rifle. Do you want to hand it to somebody else?
I don't know who else needs a rifle.
Augusta, what do you got?
Can I handle this thing? It seems like it's rather large.
He's handing you his old rifle.
Regular
He's
rifle.
going to take the Tesla.
I was going to take the Tesla.
Hell yeah, I'll
thing,
take
and I
that
was gonna-
rifle.
It's a pipe rifle. And I have 7 rounds for it.
Sweet. What is the range on that?
It is close.
It's close range, yeah.
Okay. And rate?
2.
Hell yeah. And
Weight is 3. Damage is 3. I forgot what TN means, but it's 6.
That's toughness, but we're not tracking
Okay,
that.
we're not tracking toughness. It takes fusion cells, right? The energy weapon cells. Energy ammo.
It takes energy ammo, yeah. And it does specifically take a certain type of fusion reactor cell kind of thing, but there is one in it. As you're all handing each other weapons and exchanging them and getting a feel for your new rifle, you hear a banging at that door that you barricaded. Mr. Handy, it is time to go. Where have you been?
The door is locked.
I will remedy this. And you hear his buzzsaw start cutting through part of the door.
I'm going to say, Mr. Handy, maybe you should just lead him out. He'll take a left. We'll take a right. We'll follow behind you.
Yeah,
I don't even know we're there.
head towards the death claws with him.
I am going to assume that because he is programmed to protect this office, that there has to be some sort of fail-safe computer or something to change programming, or at least like make, at least we could identify ourselves as friends and non-combatants. I'd like to burn a luck point to try and find like that type of protocol.
The terminal.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would be that I have the cable that I can use on Mr. Handy, would assume it would work on that, and I need to try to sneak up behind it, plug in, and then just say that we're, force it to see that we're friends.
All right. Here's what I'll give you, because you're going to burn a luck point. Mm-hmm. You do find a terminal that does seem to have power. On it, there are several entries that you could look into. The first one says override roof access, ? The second is Colonel Gutsy schematic. And then the third would be engage alarms.
Boy, I was going for the Colonel, but now I'm awfully curious about this roof access thing. I wonder what's up on the roof. Our immediate problem is the Colonel. Yeah, I'm going to pull up those schematics.
Okay. Upon doing so, give me an intelligence and science roll. 1 success, please.
That is a success, and it's a critical because I rolled below a 3.
Awesome. With that, you get a lot of information really quickly, but you do see that the access port to plug into is on the bottom of the Colonel Gutsy.
Like his crotch area?
Yeah, where the crotch of the robot would be. Kind of...
Thruster adjacent?
Yes, right near the thruster.
All right, guys, it looks like I can hack in through the port located in the bottom front section. I think... I'm going to look around and see if there's anything tall. I think that we should stack various items kind of on both sides of the door. When he eventually breaks through, we will topple these onto him, trying to pin him temporarily while I plug in and just force the introduction that we are friends. Is that cool with you, Marvin? This isn't that, would that upset you if we just made it so that we're friends?
That seems okay. Don't harm a robot.
I'm not looking to harm him, but with the pinning, as far as damage, I'm just looking to hold him still long enough so that we can change his temperament.
I think that's acceptable.
Awesome. Thank you, Marvin. All right, let's stack these as quickly as possible because that scary robot, I feel, will be in here in no time.
Tallman, let's move some desks again.
Yeah, old tall man's going to help move the stuff into the way, but he's also going to prepare for this to go pretty south.
Very badly.
You're just sitting there looking at your shiny new laser
Yeah,
gun.
exactly.
Like,
he's gonna move a desk over to the door for them, and then he's gonna prop himself behind something and take aim at the doorway.
My other thought was, is Tallman strong enough to kind of strong arm this thing if that has to be the way we pin it?
Quite possibly. There's a chance that when he comes in, I could just start
Holding him.
Either engage or grapple him for long enough for you to just pop in, and you just have to come up from behind him and plug a cable in.
I think you and I are the strongest with 8 and 9.
Yeah, I'll stand there in front of the door to do what I can, but I also know he's got, a flamethrower and a laser rifle attached to him?
Yeah, he's got a laser rifle, a buzzsaw, and a flamethrower.
I need to upgrade.
Yeah, then old tall man's going to stand there with his sledgehammer and wait to see what he needs to do to keep this thing engaged.
Okay. I'll say that I'm not going to ask for any checks to move stuff around. You guys have already proved to be pretty proficient in there, and you're not trying to sneak. It doesn't take long for Colonel Gutsy to cut through the lock on the door, and then he pushes it in with his whole body and enters the room.
Thank you. That was scary. This place has a mind of its own, it seems.
You two are doing the pushing, Augusta and Gulia?
I was thinking...
No, Augusta's got to come
Augusta's
Augusta's
hiding right now.
So Tallman and Gulia would be doing the pushing.
Yeah. Pushing the desks.
Okay. We're going to do something different then. We're going to go straight strength checks. And he's going to contest them against the two of you.
I got a crit and a 5. I succeeded on both.
Wait, there's crits for strength?
Well, isn't that just if we get a 1?
You got
I got a 1 and a 5, and they're both under a 6.
I got a 4 and a 9, and they're both under a 9.
Fantastic. He has 2 failures. Yeah, you guys are able to push this stuff on top of him. And he seems very agitated when this happens and makes a large robot whirring noise. But for momentarily, he is pinned underneath.
Excuse me, Colonel Mustard. I'm just going to plug in real quick. It's another reference from the vault.
Okay. Intelligence and science, please.
I needed to get under a 12. I got a 10. and a 16, so 1 success.
1 success.
Yeah, let's burn that action
Yeah.
point and try to...
You can burn 2 more to get another.
Oh, wait. No, I
Oh,
needed a
wait.
12, and I got a 12. Perfect.
Okay, that's 2 successes. That's exactly what we were looking for. You are able to hack into this Colonel Gutsy and reprogram it enough to where it recognizes you all as allies.
Awesome.
As it comes out from underneath the debris. Oh, you are all the backup. Perfect. It is time
Yep.
to go attack the death claws that menace the lab.
After you, Colonel.
Well, I don't know if we should do that.
Maybe we should go to the roof to get a full vantage point on and really plan our path.
The roof has been off limits of late
Why?
due to visitors, unexpected and unwanted.
Oh.
Well, as far as I'm aware, with our recent experience in New Springfield, I feel like the main people that could get on the roof would be the Brotherhood. So maybe we don't stir that bee nest.
If it makes any difference, there looks to be a shiny thing, roughly human-sized, stuck out in the grass or out in the sand. So there might not actually be anyone left alive on the roof.
Colonel, I think that we should check the roof anyway. You do have backup, so I feel that we would be able to safely navigate any sort of intrusion.
You are the backup.
And
Which means you take point.
The death claws are not on the roof.
they could be.
If we go to the roof and use our superior robotic vision and get a better lay of the land, maybe we can see the weakness of the Deathclaw and its lair.
And we can eradicate any non-terrestrials that were left up on the roof.
Exactly.
To the roof.
Good idea.
Non-terrestrials.
Like birds and shit.
That's not a non-terrestrial, but
I feel like
aliens.
you hear the
Starting to
door.
sound like aliens.
You hear the door unlock on the other side of the room, and Colonel Gutsy heads towards the stairwell to the roof.
I feel very comfortable in my programming skills, so I'm just gonna get right in line, follow them up.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going to bring up the rear.
All of you head up to the roof. It is a roof. It's mostly bare. There is a gigantic, like atom-looking fucking statue up there. It looks like an atom. And Colonel Gutsy immediately heads over to the side of the roof to look over the edge and look for the Deathclaw nest. Mr. Handy, where is the Deathclaws?
I go and look and point to where the sound came from and where Tallman said the lair was towards the north.
I do see an anomaly out in the desert. We must head there now.
All right, Colonel. I think that sounds good to us. Lead the way.
Just want to do a quick...
Yeah, Tall Man's going to take a quick look around while they were looking at to see what he was talking about, non-terrestrials.
investigate the rooftop.
Everybody investigating?
Yep.
Sure.
I mean, we're all here.
Okay. I'm going to need an intelligence and survival roll. I will need 4 successes from the group.
I have 1 success.
I have 1 success.
Also, my thought with the colonel is we could get him off the monster thing and get him to come help us with the vault thing.
Okay, we have enough successes.
I have 1 success and a critical success.
Nice.
Excellent.
So you guys got 4?
Yep.
5.
I think we got 5.
We got 5 successes.
Right.
Take an action point back. Who rolled the lowest?
I got a 2 and a 3.
I think
4.
Mike did.
Yeah, Mike did. Not me.
Marvin did. Come on, space gun.
You do find a gun that looks nothing like anything that you have found on Earth. You search your databases and you don't recognize the technology at all, or the strange little gray being that is half decomposed laying next to it. And Colonel Gutsy goes, "That is the non-terrestrial."
Did you eliminate him, or is this just... Did he just simply die up here?
I eliminated him, like I eliminate all threats.
Good job. I take the gun.
Holy shit.
I look at Augusta and I go, this isn't one of yours, is it?
I
The vault dwellers get weird down there.
I don't know. I'm having a hard. I understand that there are some creatures out there who are how they are because of radiation.
I think this creature was from out there.
I thought this was all kind of make-em-ups from some of the films we watched in the vault. I have to sit down for a second.
Well, don't sit too long. I think we should get trekking. This day is almost over. We only got 6 days left.
Yeah, Gus's mind is just kind of reeling right now with the idea of, oh, it's not just radiated monsters and fellow humans. Now there are extraterrestrial life forms that apparently are against us as well, and that's just not something that was taught at the vault. This is a brand new piece of information. It's kind of breaking her brain a little bit, and the idea that everyone else is so chill about it is also kind of freaking her out a little bit.
Okay, so this is an alien atomizer. It does 6 damage. It is energy. It has the tag of vicious. It's got a firing rate of 3. It is close range.
Hey, Augusta, do you think you could swap out one of his arms with this thing?
Yeah, I'm sure we could.
I can hold it with the pincer arm.
Yes, but you can't fire it with the pincer arm. It's a
can't?
pincher.
Okay.
I mean, you'd have the worst aim ever. You'd be shooting sideways. But yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, let's
actually attaching it to.
We'll stop at the lab real quick. I noticed some equipment down there that I'm sure I could utilize to get this happening.
Colonel Gutsy heads back to the edge of the roof, and he says, "All right, gang. Time to eradicate the enemies."
All right, we're just going to do a quick modification so we're more well-armed with Mr. Hansy on the way down, and we're good to go.
Mr. Handsy.
Mr. Handsy.
That was it, Miss
Andy.
Handy.
Maybe with you he's handsy.
He doesn't have enough pincer arms to be Mr. Handsy.
He looks at all three of you, even though you don't know that, because he just has 360 eyes, and he addresses Mr. Handy. Mr. Handy, it is time to aim for the bushes. Ha ha. And he just leaps off the edge.
We will meet you at the front.
Now, why would you say that? We have no choice but to go out the front. I thought we weren't fighting this monster. Are we going to?
There might be a power armor over there.
Yeah, that seems risky.
I think with his extra armor and insane desire to destroy everything, we shouldn't have to do much.
Well, all right.
I'm going to head down.
All right, yeah, let's
Try and catch up with him.
All right, let's head to the lab real quick, Marvin. We'll get that on you in no time.
I'll stand guard while they do surgery.
Which arm do I want to give up? Pincer, buzzsaw, or flamer?
I'd give a buzzsaw or flamer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll switch out the buzzsaw.
Okay.
Actually, the flamer, I don't know. It's an energy ammo. Replacing a burst spread gun for a laser gun.
It is entirely up to you.
Buzzsaw.
Do I have to roll for the...
Oh, definitely. So to find the right parts, I'm going to need somebody to spend a luck point. Either one of you can.
I got it. I am the one looking.
Okay. And then to successfully do it, I'm going to need 3 successes.
And this is for...
Science and intelligence.
All right, I needed a 9. I needed a 12. I got a 15 and a 7, so 1 success.
1 success.
I'm going to flip 2 of those.
So flip over 3 action points to roll 2 more die.
5 and a 1. So actually a double crit because it's a 1 crit, and I also have the tag in it.
Okay, so flip 2 of those action points back over. Marvin, now instead of a buzzsaw, you do have an alien atomizer arm.
My first upgrade. Thank you, Augusta.
You're welcome, Marvin. Let's head down and find the Colonel. We can go check out that shiny thing.
I do hope that Colonel Gutsy's okay from jumping from such a great height.
Yeah, you can't do that, can you, Marvin?
I've never tried.
Let's not make it today the day to start that. We'll just use the stairs. They've proven.
Perhaps his thruster is upgraded.
You guys go back down the stairs to the bottom floor.
Definitely not jumping off the building.
Okay. You come.
I'm keeping my buzzsaw arm like in my inventory.
You guys come through the door, the first floor door, and back into the radroach infested lobby. Let's get back through. I'm going to need agility and sneak rolls.
I had a thought. Do we want to set the alarm off here to draw the Deathclaw out of its thing? Because it would draw him and Gutsy back into the building, and then we could just leave.
But at the same time, it would be a huge advantage to have him against the
With us.
True. I mean, that's if we want to actually kill it. But I was just thinking if we just want to distract and grab whatever's there and leave.
I mean, it has proven... Distractions have proven to be the best thing, so I am not going to argue with that.
Just roll it around to see if it, if I was thinking about it right before we leave. Sorry, and Riley needs...
Yes, I need a group success of 3 to get through these rat roaches.
Agility and survival, you said?
I said agility and sneak.
I failed both.
1 success.
I failed miserably.
1 success.
Not a crit fail, but still not great.
Okay, you guys fail as a group. And as you're sneaking through, all 5 of these rad roaches begin to spread their wings and descend on the group. You have 2 choices. You can flee or you can run. Or you can flee or you can fight.
I say we just run.
Yeah, I'm going to use that sprint turn option and get outside as fast as possible.
I think me and old Tallman run first so we can knock down the desks that we put there in the first place.
Oh, they shouldn't be there anymore, should they?
No, they're still there. Nothing ever came
Oh,
through.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Is there a window next to there?
So all the windows are boarded up,
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
as I said at first.
The boarded window might be easier to go through than the 3 feet of desk.
It's up to you guys.
Old Tallman's going to make a sprint for the most damaged looking window and try and
Throw himself.
throw himself, well, not throw, but, cannonball through it to make an opening.
Okay, give me a strength and an athletics roll. Try to bust through this window, old Tallman. I need 2 successes.
Oh, this is either going to be epic or...
13 and a 7, both are
Yeah.
successes.
You smash through the window, creating a hole for everybody else. And as the light pours into the lobby, the rad roaches are a bit taken aback, and they scatter further away from the light, having been in this lobby for quite some time. And the other 3 of you can jump out the window.
You hear in the distance, "Old Tallman!" as he runs towards Mr. Gutsy.
When you get outside, actually, and all 4 of you are out there, you see that Colonel Gutsy is sputtering and sparking on the ground after falling from an incredibly high height. It turns out his thruster was not good enough to do what he anticipated, and he is laying mostly damaged outside of the Tezla lab.
Well, Marvin, should we gather some spare parts?
I was thinking the same thing. Marvin here could use a full upgrade while Gulia and I go check out this shiny thing without waking up that Deathclaw.
That sounds like an excellent option.
They always say split the party.
Is Mr. or Colonel Gutsy still...
He's still alive.
How much does it look like it's going to take to
Dismantle him?
knock his block off?
I mean, it's definitely something that you could do. He's pretty
leave it-
incapacitated.
I'll leave it up to you. If
What
you
does
wanna
Marvin think of
Shut him
this?
off and...
Wouldn't it make more sense to just plug them into each other and transfer... Oh, wait, no, we don't want to transfer
No,
consciousness.
we want physical pieces, not consciousness.
Yeah.
I would say your best bet to avoid me going nuts would just be power him down and pretend like you're gonna make repairs.
Yeah, don't forget, Marvin is very against other robots getting hurt by...
Oh, that was why I asked, hey, do you want some upgrades?
Why don't we take Marvin with us
Mr.
and
Handy,
you strip
Mr. Handy,
Mr. Gutsy?
time to help.
We will help you, Colonel Gutsy.
Good, give me your parts so I can repair.
You wait here. We'll be back. We're gonna go check out the Deathclaw. We will be back, and we will repair you. The Vault Dweller is very good with repair.
Charisma and speech.
Are me and Tallman
2
already
successes.
walking away?
It's up to you guys.
I would think so, but
I think so, too.
if he's going to have an issue, I'd try and bring him with us.
It's one failure.
Good.
I'm going to burn an action point. 2 successes.
Okay. The Colonel Gutsy doesn't respond, and he just lays on the ground, sputtering.
We will be back.
Do you want to say a prayer or something before you go, Marvin? Because I don't think your friend's going to make it. I can do a lot of repairs, but he's pretty far gone.
Robots do not believe in a higher power.
Okay. So if you were to come back,
But if there was one, I want it to help Colonel Gutsy through you.
all right. Fair enough, Marvin.
Marvin, we need you.
Okay. And the 4 of you head towards the Deathclaw lair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are you going
I'm not staying
You're
behind.
not staying
no.
behind? Okay.
I will respect Marvin's wishes. I'm not going to do anything behind his back where I don't want to.
No, you should. If the 3 of us go, you could like turn them off and start breaking them down.
Yeah, but you're going to know. Marvin has said, don't do that. And Marvin is going to be like, boy, I recognize that. I mean, you're a robot. You're going to be like, I know where those robot parts came from. As far as Augusta is concerned, they will be honoring the wishes of Marvin.
Okay.
That works. All 4 of us head towards the Deathclaw.
You guys make it a couple hundred yards as you crest over a small dune, and you can see the rocky outcropping ahead, still another 200 yards off. And outside of it is the largest creature that most of you have ever seen. And let's see, it would be Mr. Handy would probably have the most information.
It's alive?
Oh, it is alive. Yes, definitely.
And this is the silver claw thing?
The Deathclaw?
Deathclaw.
Yeah, but that's farther out. Are we near that armor?
Yeah,
yet?
The armor is right outside the rocky outcropping.
Oh, okay.
They're close
Okay.
to each other. So it's shining. It is gleaming in the sunlight, but it is near the entrance of the cave where you saw the Deathclaw go into. And the Deathclaw is outside of the cave. And it is huge.
So we're definitely going to attract it if we go to look at that.
Can I use my Pip-Boy to see if I get any sort of readings from this metallic object?
The power armor still has power. Mm-hmm. You may be able to see on your Pip-Boy as like a radar blips
That's
from
kind of-
its sensors.
That's what I'm looking for. I want to ping this thing and see if it pings back.
Okay. So it does not ping back.
Whatever that is, it definitely seems to be out of commission. Do we still want to investigate? There's a chance that it's not going to, I don't know. At this point, I'm not sure what it is, but it's not pinging back.
Mr. Handy, give me a perception and survival roll.
I got 1 success.
Okay. Going back into your archival data, see that there is something unique about this Deathclaw that you're seeing outside of the cave. It is not a regular Deathclaw. It is, in fact, larger and has more exaggerated features. It may be, although difficult to tell exactly from this distance, a Deathclaw matriarch, which you know would lead a pack of Deathclaws, or an alpha Deathclaw. You're not entirely sure.
I relay that to the group.
My thought at this point is to go set the alarm off at the building and hopefully draw them out of the cave.
I agree.
Even if it's just...
Yeah.
I would even volunteer for that because one of the human-sized... If it's power armor, only one of you 2 can wear it.
Yeah,
So-
I think it's, if we are to move forward in this direction, we cannot attempt a straight-on assault. We need to do a distraction. All right, I think we should go back to your first plan, tall man, and set off that alarm because this seems scary.
Why don't you take Marvin? Marvin, you want to come with me to the...
I think we should all go and hide. I mean, where would we hide out here? It's a big flat desert.
My thought was for you 2 to hide behind the
Out the rock.
the
outcrops?
rocks.
Okay.
And hopefully they would come out towards the sound and ignore the random smell and come out towards the blaring siren. And then it'd be easier for one of us to sneak out of the building than it would be for us to sneak in front of a Deathclaw nest, I guess.
Layer.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I'm up for whatever. I think that maybe this armor might not be worth the Deathclaw match, but sure.
Remember in the show how that guy was super obsessed with
I remember.
getting that armor?
Well, I was
And
just,
it almost killed him when he couldn't get out of it.
I was just thinking about 2 days ago and when we came across the Brotherhood of Steel and we got our asses kicked.
Yeah, I'm going to... Marvin, would you mind scanning the nearby outcropping and just letting me know which one would be the most concealed from that location of the cave opening?
Yes. I will check the perimeter.
Old tall man's gonna start heading back towards the building because you guys can catch up faster than tall man can move.
Well, Riley just made the scariest face I might have ever seen.
He's got a lot of damage dice in his hand.
Deathclaws are crazy too, depending on what abilities they have.
As you're scanning, looking for the outcropping, everybody but Tallman, give me agility and sneak. Gonna need 3 successes.
1 failure and 1 critical success.
Okay, so that's 2.
I have only failures.
I'm going to burn an AP. And I have a success.
Okay.
Failure.
So 3 successes. As you're looking and scanning, although you can stay hidden, you do hear this Deathclaw let out a large roar as it does sense some sort of presence. You see it begins to look around, knowing that there's something nearby. And from the cave comes another 3 Deathclaws that are descending onto the desert.
Augusta, if we're going to hide, we better hide.
That's definitely the plan. Marvin, best spot.
Right there.
Okay, awesome.
Right there.
Go right there.
We go there. We go to the spot that he says is the best spot.
And then I chase after Tallman.
Hearing the Deathclaw, Tallman picks up his pace a little bit.
Give me agility and survival rolls, both Marvin and Old Tallman.
I'm gonna burn an AP. I have a success.
Okay.
I got 1 success.
The 2 of you go making your way as fast as you can back to the Tesla lab. And you can hear now that there are multiple... Mr. Old Tallman, you wouldn't know that there are multiple Deathclaws, yet you only hear the shriek. Marvin, you see that several of them have left the cave and are beginning to explore the area. And as you're making your way, you're about halfway to Old Tallman when one crests the hill that you guys were just peeking over. And although you do make it to the Tesla lab, you both make it in, one of them definitely knows that you are here.
Good, we want them to follow us.
You two? Mm-hmm. Make me a sneak and luck on this one, actually.
Good call. That's not a good phase.
I got a success.
I got
and
1
a
success.
critical failure.
I got a 2 and a 13. My 2 succeeds.
Augusta, sorry to say, with your critical failure, it's going to negate your success. And just 100 yards away, one of the Deathclaws spots you as you are hiding and lets out a loud shriek and begins to run across the desert towards the 2 of you.
Can I shoot it with my hunting rifle?
Yeah, you can.
Otherwise, I have a pipe wrench, a pipe gun.
I think we should spread out. It's definitely coming over here. We should split up to at least encourage the chance of one of us surviving, because I have a feeling one of us is... this isn't going to go well.
All right, I'm going to sneak a little bit away from Augusta, and then I'm going to try to huck a baseball grenade away from us so it maybe goes that way towards the grenade instead of just mauling Augusta in 2 seconds.
How is it closer to me, or is it closer to the Silver Claw that's running this way?
It's closer to the Deathclaw.
The Deathclaw.
Definitely.
Okay.
It's a few hundred yards away from you and, like, we'll say 25 yards outside of the cave entrance.
I'm going to relocate, so it's not just like I'm staying in this area. It's obviously coming here. So, yeah, I guess try to find some sort of vantage point. Maybe there's a higher spot in the outcropping I can try to get up on.
Okay, the 2 of you, Ghoulie Roberts, because you successfully made your sneak and didn't get seen, I'm going to give you the ability to kind of skirt away from Augusta. Augusta, from you, knowing that you were seen looking for a different vantage point, I am going to need, I'm going to say, agility and survival.
1 success, 1 failure.
Yeah, I forgot. Let's put a toughness at 2. So
I'm going to burn a thingy-mabobber.
okay.
No. So 1 success.
Can I huck my grenade?
Gulia, as you watch this Deathclaw taking off across the desert, seeing that Augusta is trying to make some space from you and find, up on a hill, get a little bit of a height advantage on it, have the high ground, as some very old stories would say.
Some learned Jedi would tell you.
Yes, as from something that he saw in an old movie in the vault, knowing that if he has the high ground, he has a better chance of survival. You huck your grenade. You can use performance and explosives or agility and throwing.
Performance?
Perception?
Perception. Sorry.
Perception and explosives or what?
Agility and throwing.
I'm going to go with perception and explosives because that's an 8. That's higher.
Okay. You'll need at least 2 successes to hit it.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. So now you can roll damage.
It does 5 little blonde guys.
Okay. Let's see it.
I got 2 guys and 2 blanks.
Okay. So that's 2 successes.
But if I have 5 of those, shouldn't I roll another dice?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Okay, 3 little guys and 2 blanks.
Okay. The baseball grenade explodes, and you see that the Deathclaw does get hit by that explosion. However, you also see that now several of the Deathclaws are looking your way and moving closer. The Deathclaw for Augusta, unfortunately, does not stop.
Oh.
So, roll initiative, Augusta.
I tried to slow him down.
Did you hear
Actually,
that?
you don't roll initiative. It's just who has the higher initiative.
Did you hear that explosion? Something might be going wrong with them over there, Tallman.
You head back.
You are both aware too that you were seen, and
Are they giving chase on us?
One of them
Well,
was,
yes. But I was still thinking if you head back, I have a plan for inside of this. I'm just waiting for
everyone else to die.
waiting for Riley to just cut to our scene.
Okay, yeah. Whenever they.
Yeah, so let's do this. The Deathclaw's initiative is 15. Augusta, what's yours?
My initiative is 11.
Okay, so the Deathclaw is going to go first. And as you see it raise its gigantic claw, we jump to Marvin and Old Tallman, who have just got back inside the Tesla lab. And that's going to do it for today's episode. So until next time, we will
See
you next Tuesday.
Tales from the Crypt is part of the Wolfbeard Games podcast network. We hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, please subscribe and leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. To stay up to date on any news about the podcast, follow us on Instagram at Tales from the Crypt Podcast. Check out our YouTube channel with the same name, and most importantly, tell a friend.
Feeling dumb? Drink Smartle.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I think another handy.
This portion of Tales from the Crypt is brought to you by water and coffee.
Today's letter is F for fluids.
We're having a hard time with math today.
I guess so.
I don't like it.
Very difficult.